Why just have one when you can have them both? Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. If you're new around here, my name is Aiden, and in today's review we will be following up my last video, which was the Air Max 1 Pecans, with the second installment of the Ugly Duckling Pack. So in today's review we will be taking a look at the Air Max 1 HoneyDews or ceramics, whatever you want to call them. I'm dead excited to be getting into this one, so sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So before we go any further with the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of the long-time friends of the channel, ShoeStack. Now, being that it's Christmas, they did send over a care package like they do every year, and in that care package they did send over some of their brand new acrylic shoe crates. They've only just recently gone live on the website, so I was honestly really excited to get these in the mail. I don't know if you guys can tell, but right behind me, my entire display has been done by ShoeStack. They've always supported me, always supported this journey, and every Christmas they always send through a care package full of goodies, including this, and a bunch of other stuff, including like sneaker wipes and everything else that a sneakerhead does need. So this isn't a paid promotion. They haven't asked me to do it. They probably don't even know that I'm doing it. But I definitely wanted to show some love for them guys, because they always show love to me as well. So if you want to get some crates just like mine and build your own display, or if you want some of their brand new acrylic boxes, I will make sure to link everything that you need to know down below in the description box. I will also leave my discount code, which is ACS10, which will give you a cheeky 10% off at checkout as well. So if you want to check them out, please feel free to do so in the description. As always, ShoeStack, I just want to say a huge thank you for sending this over. You guys are absolutely the best. So for anyone who saw my last video or any other video on the channel, just like we always do before we get into the shoes, let's just kick this off with the packaging. And unfortunately, once again, it is just your ordinary bog standard red Nike sportswear box. Again, you've seen one, you've seen them all. But if we do take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the Nike Air Max 1 PRM, which I do believe stands for premium. And this is in the anthracite HoneyDew black colourway in a UK size 9, as it is my personal pair. So get a good look at that if you want to. Now, it does come with an additional label, because I did get these from End, and they do like to stick their own label on it. But I will point out that I got these for a massive discount, so a huge shout out to them as always. So if I do pop open the lid, on the inside we just have your pretty standard tissue paper. So there it is. And then underneath that, here we have the kicks. So let's go ahead and get straight into the review. So without any further ado, the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Nike Air Max 1 Ugly Duckling in the ceramic colourway. Now, I do know that some people are calling them honeydews. It even said honeydew on the sneakers website. I'm going to call them ceramics, so just bear with me. Now, for anyone who missed my last video, which was of the pecan colorway, I will make sure to link it above. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already, as both of these shoes do come as part of a pack of 2. Now, for anyone who missed that video, I'm just going to share a quick insight for anyone who did miss it and doesn't intend on watching it. Both of these shoes are actually inspired by some previous releases. Now, back in 2020, we did get the release of the Ugly Duckling Dunk Lows, is probably the best way to say that, which was a pack of 3, and that was actually inspired by a 2001 Japanese exclusive. Now, because this is the anniversary of the Air Max 1 and it is the 35th anniversary, this year we've had an incredible amount of releases. I can't even keep track of how many Air Max 1s have actually released. Now, I do know I'm a little bit late to the party, so I do appreciate everyone who is tapping into this video right now. If you are tuning in trying to decide if this is something you want to add to your collection, in this review I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know, from materials through to sizing, so by the end of this video you can decide for yourself whether this is something you're going to pick up for yourself as well. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with, and as with the predecessor, we do have a really nice premium makeup, being done of a mostly all suede construction and featuring these really interesting, almost Halloween inspired colours, from the black to the greens to the orange. This for me definitely gives off a really strong Halloween vibe. So if we kick this off from the front of the shoe, and then we'll gradually work our way back. At the base of the shoe, but primarily on the toe box, we do have that very nice jet black coloured premium suede, which is then nicely accented with this orange coloured suede around the toe box on the mudguard. Now again, almost like I said in the last review, I don't want to give away any spoilers. The first thing that I noticed about these is just how nice the quality of suede was. It does have that really nice brushstroke motion to it, so if you brush your finger across it, it has a slightly different shade and a slightly different look to it. That's definitely something I love about suede. It may not be the best way to actually understand if it's a premium suede or not, but for me, I'm not complaining, it's there. So if you love it like I do, you're going to absolutely love these. And then again, the suede that we actually see on the overlay on the actual mudguard, again, is of a really nice premium quality. This is actually the second pair of these that I did actually get. Initially, I did get a pair from Size, and then I picked these up from End. The pair that I got from Size, the black from the actual toe box had actually leaked onto the mudguard. So that does kind of make me think that this is a potential flight risk for colours running onto the others. So I definitely would highly suggest not getting these wet. And if you do have any water repellents at home, or if you're able to pick one up from, you know, I don't really have any brand endorsements, but if you're able to pick one up from like Rejuvenator or any of the other ones that are of a decent quality, that's definitely the way that I'm going to go, because I feel like if you do get this wet, there is that potential risk of it bleeding onto the mudguard or even onto other areas of the shoe. It's not prevalent on this one. It could have just been a sloppy QC on that last pair, but definitely was something that I do think you should bear in mind. But as we then continue to work our way back even further, on both the U-throw as well as in the quarter midfoot panel, we do have a really nice shake up for colours, as we have this anthracite, and again, it is done of a really nice premium suede. In the middle of the midfoot on both the lateral and medial sides, we then have this kumquat coloured Nike swoosh, which is actually a lot harder to say on the spot. Can't tell you how many times I've attempted it and got it wrong, but there we are, we finally got one right. And as we then work our way onto the ankle collar, starting with the top eye stays to begin with, we do have these really bright and vibrant orange TPU eye stays, with more of that very nice anthracite coloured suede on the edges. As we then reach the ankle collar, just like what we saw with the toe box, we do have more of that really nice premium black suede. And as we reach the heel, we do again see that very nice combination of the orange at the bottom, anthracite in the middle, with the black at the very top. And like what we saw with the pecans, we do have that little embroidered duck on the heel, replacing that Nike Air branding. When it does come to the lacing options for this one, we do actually get a few different options. Now, the laces in the shoe to begin with are in that exact same kumquat colour, but if you're not really feeling the look of that, you do also get an additional set of black laces. Personally, I feel like it mutes the overall shoe too much. It's really bright, it's really vibrant as it is, and I feel like if I was to swap it out, orange would probably be the only way I would go. I feel like I've seen the black, it's not terrible, but again, it just kind of mutes the overall tone of it, kind of takes off some of that shine that I love about this shoe, so I'm going to leave it as it is. If you'd prefer to change it out, if you want that more muted tone, this might be the way to go. I have seen some people using white laces, which it's okay, it matches up to the midsole, but overall, I think that this is a pretty nice look as it is. And then the laces themselves do sit atop a black nylon tongue at the base, but at the very top of the tongue itself, we do have that black tongue tag, which does feature that orange Air Max branding. As we then work our way onto the inside of the shoe, we do have more of those orange hues on both the back of the tongue as well as on the sock liner, and it is just your pretty typical Air Max 1 sock liner. A very good amount of padding, very decent for everyday, all-day wear. Isn't the most comfortable option in the world. After all, this is 35-year-old tech. But if you're just looking for that everyday runner, you definitely can't go wrong with these. And as we do work our way even further inside the shoe, again, we do have more of that really nice anthracite colour on the insole. Again, featuring that kumquat colour on the Nike Air branding. Very nice indeed. And then just to close that in terms of the details, as we then work our way down to the midsole, we do have your pretty standard polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit in there towards the heel. And if you do look closely, it does have that really nice tint of kumquat in there as well, or even green if that's probably the easiest way to say it. Again, just a really nice touch for the shoe itself. And as we then work our way onto the outsole, we do have your traditional Air Max 1 style outsole done in that solid block colour. But again, like we said with the pecans, there is a slight speckling to it as well. Very nice in my opinion. Now, when it does come to the overall sizing for these, I'm just going to suggest you go with your natural true to size fit in whatever you would typically wear in Air Max 1s. If you've never owned a pair before, fortunately enough, these are sitting absolutely everywhere, so I would highly recommend to try before you buy. If these aren't maybe necessarily sitting at any of your local stores, just try any other Air Max 1 that's available to you, just so you can understand the best sizing. If that's not an option, again, go with your natural true to size fit, and I think you'll be absolutely fine. And then outside of that, we've covered everything that you need to know, so if we now just go ahead and just wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, so you guys can get out of here, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm going to say these are a really solid 9 out of 10. The quality, QC and craftsmanship on my pair was absolutely fine, fortunately enough, being that this was the second attempt. The first pair that I got wasn't great, there was a lot of issues with it, unfortunately it's had to be sent back, so just kind of one of those things, but this pair was absolutely fine, no real major issues or any real complaints for this one. Now, when it comes to the shoe itself, I'm going to say something maybe slightly controversial. I do actually feel like I do prefer these slightly more than the pecans. I do feel like this is a slightly more wearable option and will probably get more wear from me, believe it or not. But I feel like when the time calls for it, when the outfit's right, this is definitely my preferred of the two. And I'm really excited to actually break both of these shoes out. I would love to get your guys' opinion on it as well, so let me know what you think of my rating. Let me know which of the two you actually prefer. Are you more on the pecans? Are you more on the HoneyDews or the ceramics, whatever you're calling them? Do let me know all of your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Now, if you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one. Happy New Year.